And I can put you in. I can put you in. And I can put you in. I can put you in.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Thank you for tuning in to BHLC podcast. One and only Big Head Light Skin Comedian is your host. Down here at 21st Germantown, 1481 South Shelby Street. Got a lot of stuff to go over with you all tonight. Got a great show for everybody tonight. I'm gonna go over a lot of information tonight. Being that it's Veterans Day, first and foremost, well, before I even get into anything, let me say happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. Salute. I even got my camouflage on for all the veterans. I'm a veteran, so and I know how important it is. If it was ever up to me, every day be Veterans Day. But let me get into a couple of things first and foremost here at the BHLC podcast. Make sure first and foremost what you do, make sure you subscribe to my podcast on YouTube, BHLC podcast. Subscribe to it on YouTube. I'm also streaming on Spotify too. And right now I'm on Facebook Live on my page. I got a couple of things I said to go over here too. First and foremost, I must want to give love to one of my only and favorite sponsors, Smile Center, 7405 LaGrange Road, Dr. Kane. Keeps me tight. So also too, I want to go over the fact that also too, that like I said, there's a lot going on here with being Veterans Day, but I'll be performing at the Louisville Comedy Club here this Wednesday, November the 15th. This Wednesday, November the 15th at 7:30. So if you want to see me perform, come out, check me out, and watch me do my thing on stage. Throw all these light-skinned jokes out there. Okay. Like I said, I'm right down at 21st Germantown. I think they got a hip-hop entertainment thing going on tonight here. I think it's $10 to $15 to get in. Starts at 9 o'clock. So come down here, if you want to be hip-hoppers, want to hear some good hip-hop music, right here at 21st Germantown in Louisville, Kentucky. They got a hip-hop concert going on tonight. Starts at 9 o'clock. Now, let me get into this veterans thing. I went to the Veterans Affairs office here in Louisville, Kentucky here just last week and got to talk to some people. I don't know if you noticed, I got right down in the corner there, the Veteran Crisis Line, which is 1-800-273-8255, which I'm going to keep there for my whole podcast because for my veterans who might be have suicide risk or whatever, you call that line right there, and they'll get you in the right direction, give you some help. Because there are a lot of people in this country that are veterans that needs help, and there are some that want and don't know how to get the help. I know there's some that don't, but there are some out there that do want the help and don't know how to get the help. So like I said, there's the Veterans Crisis Line, 1-800-273-8255. Recognizing the signs of suicide risk is this Veterans Crisis Line here. I'll just read on the back. I want to read some of this. Thinking about hurting or killing yourself, looking for ways to kill yourself, talking about death or dying or suicide, self-destructive behavior such as drug abuse, weapons, etc. Things like that. So that's for my Veterans Crisis Line. Call that number right there. Also, I got a number I'm going to put out here too. The National Call Center for Homeless Veterans. There's a lot of homeless veterans out there, which it really is disturbing to my heart because if you serve this country, you should not be homeless. But the toll-free number for that is 1-877-424-3838. I'm going to say it again. If you know a homeless veteran, give them this number, 1-877-424-3838. Do not be afraid to comment on my podcast tonight, because it's going to all be about educating you on some of this veteran stuff and some other things I'm going to talk about here locally. Feel free to comment and give your comment. I embrace that. I'm trying to go see if there's anything else. Oh, yeah. It's Diabetes Month, too. It's Diabetes Month, yes. Diabetes Month here in the month of November, and the color's blue for diabetes. Make sure you for Diabetes Month, you do something to the Diabetes Month thing. You do something with diabetes and do something positive with diabetes. There's a lot of things with diabetes going on that as a country we need to know about. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get ready to enlighten you on some of our here right now. Uh, Here it is right here. Uh, what is the theme for Diabetes Month? Let me see here. Yeah, so I'm thirsty, things like that for Diabetes Month. Be aware of Diabetes Month this month, and make sure you know the symptoms of type 2 diabetes, all other type of diabetes. It's not to play with. The month of November is the Diabetes Month. I'm gonna go back to my veterans. Like I said, if you know any veterans out there, like I said, first and foremost, happy Veterans Day to my men and women that are veterans out there. Much love to my to my company. I was in Charlie Battery 321 in Fort Polk, Louisiana. Much love to all them soldiers that I was with when I was in there. Uh, like I said, we have to really, really support our veterans, not just on Veterans Day, but just any day. Support them, and try to help out a veteran. Uh, a lot of times we all need help at one time or another. So I wanted to go over that. And I'm going to come back to that, elaborate a little more on that too. Because there are a lot of veterans, at risk for homelessness, a lot of them. Let me get into this here, one of the banners here. Also, too, I got coming up For the Love of Comedy, my For the Love of Comedy show coming up in February. It'll probably be either the first or third Saturday of the month of February. Be looking out for that fly on my page soon. Okay, and I want to go into this a little bit here too, and just talk about it a little bit. Let me see if I can show it. Take that out. Jefferson County Public School System. I know all of us got kids and everything. I know everybody's not happy with the way Jefferson County Public School is handling the busing and a lot of different things with our kids. Not to be taken up for them, but that is a job that is hard to handle. Yes, they should be doing a lot better job, and I'll be the first one to agree with they should. But they got to do better. Hopefully they'll come together and get a plan together to do better with this busing with the kids and everything. And hopefully my bus drivers, get better pay and better things they've been asking for. I just want everybody to come together and do good for our kids because they are the future. And I hate that our kids are having to go through all this because some of our adults, especially I know a lot of us politics, can't get things worked out. So hopefully our Jefferson County public school system will get better here in Louisville, Kentucky, because we have a lot of things that right now that are not agreeable and they're not good for our kids right now. So definitely got to do better with that. So I just really am concerned about my future kids. All the kids are the future. Concerned about that for sure. I want to go into this one here a little bit too. Thanksgiving and family. This is time of year with Thanksgiving coming up. When I say family, I think about my immediate family, of course, but I also think about the ones who are not around for this Thanksgiving, no longer around with us. I'm sure if somebody's lost somebody in their family that's not around for Thanksgiving no more. Taking consideration for those who don't have family around Thanksgiving, but also think about those who are not around. The ones that are not around with us no more, God rest their soul. But it gets really emotional, tough for people who don't have certain family members around no more. And some who don't even have family members. So if you can open your door to somebody for Thanksgiving Day, please do it, because it's time of year where you need to open your door, at least feed somebody, or want to be around some people that treat them as family. So I just think family is real big, and Thanksgiving's that time of year where you think a whole lot about family. So let me say also too, congrats to a new governor here in Louisville, Kentucky, Andy Brashear. Congratulations on winning. I think he'll do a great job. He's doing another term, and hopefully he'll keep doing what he's doing and bring some great things to the state of Kentucky like he's been doing. So sometimes in politics, you have a winner and you lose. Daniel Cameron you lost, and he lost graciously. I know a lot of y'all was putting a lot of stuff on social media about Daniel Cameron, and I get it. But Andy Brusher won, and I'm not going to go into that. I'm not even going to Daniel Cameron thing. So there was enough stuff on social media to make me laugh for a long time. But congratulations, Andy Brusher, on being governor of the state of Kentucky. Definitely. I want to go into this one here. I think that's really important to me here. And also, I'm going to get back to the veterans thing from once I close out. Self-growth. As an individual, you have to really work on your self-growth. Because how do you expect to? You can't expect to grow if you always mentally and sometimes even physically out of balance. And part of self-growth is working on your mindset as well as your physicality. Um, and the only way to do it is doing it, helping yourself first and foremost. It don't mean helping others when you're putting yourself aside to help others. That's great to do sometimes, but if it's messing with your self-growth, take care of your self-growth first. That's very important because your self-growth is what you're about, and that's who you're going to be as you grow as a person, as an individual. Self-growth is very, very important. So, let's see, I got some comment here. What's up, Tab T? I see you. Thank you for tuning in. Woo-woo. You would come in on self-growth. Yeah, I know you're working on your self-growth, and keep doing that too. Like I said, I support Tab T. She's an author with her books, and keep supporting her with her books, and I'm sure she got something coming out here soon. She said right. uh, like I said, I'm gonna go back here to the what I had up here on here. What I had up on here. Okay, all right. Back to my Veterans Crisis Line. There it is, 1-800-273-8255. Veterans Crisis Suicide Line. If y'all know any veterans, give them that number and call them. But like I said, self-growth is important. There's another one that's important. I'm going to talk about, and this kind of go with the suicide, is depression. I don't even want to put it on here. But if you know anybody who just got depression or if you feel the type of way with depression, there are some suicide lines besides the veteran crisis. If you're not a veteran, called suicide hotline for depression or whatever. Because depression is a real big thing too here in America, and we have to do better with that and try to get people the help that need it. As individuals, you sometimes you don't even know you depressed. By some signs and symptoms you would think but some don't because they're so depressed. So we definitely got to do better with that and get people help that has depression. So more than anything. So I wanted to and also elaborate a little bit more on, like I said, on this veterans thing. It's just real close to my heart, and I want all my veterans to try to do better. If you want the help, and y'all try to get these veterans help. They serve this country. They did a lot of good things for this country. So I feel like they deserve the help they deserve. So and a lot of times, not to put it out there, but I will. Sometimes we take care of other things and other people instead of taking care of our veterans first. So we need to do better with taking care of our veterans first. And I feel like you have to recognize they had a Veterans Day parade here in Louisville today from noon to 3 o'clock somewhere on Broadway, wherever it was at, which I thought was great. But like I said, we just need to do more for our veterans. We really do. We got to do more for them as things go on. So. We put this on here for what it's worth. Physical and emotional change. Kind of with that. As you go through life and as you get older, you will have physical and emotional change. It's all about how you handle it. Emotionally, you may go through some things, whether it's death or a relationship, or breakup in marriage, whatever it may be, and hopefully, going through physical and emotional change, and they go hand in hand. Hopefully, you learn how to handle them. If you can't handle it, look to get some professional help to help you with that. Because it's nothing to play with, and it can definitely change you. But as you get older, as you go through your physical and emotional change, it's all about how you accept them and how you make yourself better with it. So, we'll go back to. Let me see here. So, yeah. Back to my veterans hotline here. Veterans Crisis Hotline. Like I said, 1-800-273-8255. Y'all call that hotline, and veterans, if you have any type of suicide problems. Also, those veterans who haven't used a VA home loan, you might want to get with your veteran affairs office in your state to look into that too, some of the benefits you have for that. So, but also too, I just noticed that, like I said, our veterans all need help. I know they built a new VA hospital here in Louisville, Kentucky, which I think is outstanding for the veterans, especially. So veterans that need help can go there and get the help they need medically. So that's definitely great. So I can't wait till that's built, and hopefully a lot of veterans that need help and go get that help, especially our homeless veterans. Like I said, I'm just proud about today being a veteran and being on this day. That's a great day to be a veteran. Like I said, I got my camouflage on. I'm ready to serve again. And so I got some more comments here. I just love talking to y'all because I want to educate y'all on Tabro. Take this. Okay, Tab T, you said David Roberts Jr., you said take this, and DePaul is trying to build homes for them. Yes, that's great. If they're trying to build homes for them, they put a like on them. That's great because they're trying to, I see what they was trying to build homes for our homeless veterans, which is great, I think, more than anything, because they need shelter. A lot of them need shelter. There's way too many of them being homeless, and they shouldn't be homeless. It's way too many of them being homeless. So we definitely got to do better with that, with providing some. St. Vincent de Paul is trying to create homes for. Okay, St. Vincent de Paul is trying to create homes for. That's great. Thank you for your service. Thanks, Jackie. Thank you for putting that up there. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Yeah. And thank you for giving me the love on it. Like I said, there are some veterans who went on. I think about them that's passed on. Even some from my family that's passed on. So I think all veterans, male and female, that's been a soldier for this country and protected this country. So I tell people, if you see a veteran, if you can help them, help them. I've helped them before. I don't have to acknowledge it or put it on social media or whatever. It's just not me. But I just do it in the moment. The moment speaks. So, but this podcast tonight is all about the veterans. So, especially me being a light-skinned veteran. Oh man, it was a beautiful day here in Louisville too. People out everywhere enjoying themselves. I didn't get a chance to go down to the Veterans Day Parade, but I thought that was nice. It was really nice. I'm sure there are a whole lot of great things going on. So, what was else I wanted to talk about too here? And being a veteran, and sometimes being a veteran and being married is tough too because, if both of them are veterans, they understand it probably a little better. But if one is and one's not, they understand it, but they have to deal with some things of the physicality of that veteran who maybe going to have some physical medical problems as they get older. So people that are married and got a veteran, I tip my hat off to you because it's about the veterans, but it's also about those who are married to veterans, those who are trying to help veterans. I tip my hat off to you all for doing that, so that's definitely a big thing. So I got so much love for that. And make sure, like I said, I got For the Love of Comedy show coming up in February. You'll be seeing the flyer on that. I'm down here in 21st Germantown. Like I was telling you, they got a hip-hop concert tonight. Start about 9 o'clock. I'm going to hip-hop my light-skinned ass out there before it started. So I don't want them hip-hopping on this veteran. What else I want to go over to here? Like I said, this podcast is all about the veterans today. You can also schedule appointment by going to vets.force.com appointment with the Veterans Affairs. So, that's big too. If you want to schedule an appointment or whatever. So yeah. Also too, try to stay positive throughout life. Like I said, our veterans have done so much for this country. I give you a little story. like I said, much love to my veterans I spent my time with in Charlie 321 Battery, Troy / Soapbox Hunt, Glenn Mason, Jeffrey Wright, all y'all. My room dog, Vernon Starnes. Rest in peace, Ryan McFadden. I mean, he passed away when he was in the military. I have so many stories about when I was in the military. I can remember. I'm gonna give you one. I was 13 Bravo Field Artillery. Okay, and we always had morning formation early in the morning before y'all even think about getting up. And I never forget my drills, my sergeant, EA sergeant, asking what's going on. Here, I got my buddy Ed. He just got here. He's unmilitary late, but he still supports the veterans. Oh yeah, and, you gonna get in here. It's Ed, y'all. Ed Smith. That's my promoter. I got to talk to you about the date for that show too, February. Okay. All right. And to get back to that story, so I never forget my sergeant asking who wants to be a battalion mail clerk. And let me tell you what battalion mail clerks do. They take mail out to the other soldiers when they're in the field, and they deal with the mail every day. But you got to remember, each person that was in 13 Bravo Field Artillery, we had one regular sergeant in charge of your line, each line. And so the sergeant asked who wanted to be a battalion mail clerk. So I raised my hand. My sergeant on my line looked down at me like, he gave me a look like, what are you doing raising your hand? So I raised my hand. The next thing you know, I was a battalion mail clerk. So I still had to go to the field, but it was sometimes I didn't have to go to the field. They was like, how in the world did you get that job? They must really like you. I said, sometimes it pays off being a light-skinned soldier. So, but I love some of my troops, and I got a lot of stories I could tell y'all. But on this day, Veterans Day, I honor and respect and salute all my veterans. I love y'all, and keep being the best veteran you can be, and keep trying to do right for America. So I just wanted to go over a couple of things with you all about Veterans Day, and like I said, there's that Veterans Crisis Line, 1-800-273-8255. Call it if you know a veteran needs help with suicide or whatever. I just know that, like I said, each day means a lot, and it means a whole lot to each individual as a person, and we try to live through each day right. And I just believe, like I said, in helping out my veterans, because they've done so much for this country that some people can't even repay back. So before I sign out of here, let me just say this: make sure you subscribe to the BHLC podcast on YouTube. BHLC podcast on YouTube. Subscribe; it's free. You definitely can afford it. Check me out on Spotify. This will be on Spotify. I'm gonna put this on Spotify tomorrow. I'll be on Spotify. Check me out on Spotify. If you don't get check me out on Spotify, check out my page sometime, and I'll replay this video, this podcast, and just to give the people general information, because general information never hurt. Like I said, it's Diabetes Month too. Make sure you do what you're supposed to do if you're diabetic, and if you know somebody's diabetic, help them out. Help them out. Help them. Let them know. Some things they need to know. Make sure they keep their health right. So, and first and last but not least, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Have a happy Thanksgiving. I want everybody to enjoy themselves. Eat plenty of turkey and enjoy yourself. And like I said, don't forget to at least think about those who are not with us on this Thanksgiving. And one other thing I may have left to say is, like I said, subscribe. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to my podcast tonight. Next month, I think it's around December the 8th or 9th is my next podcast. I got a certain guest I have. I got to check back with her, but I hope y'all tune in. I think it's December 8th or 9th at 7 o'clock p.m. And tune in, and we're going to have some fun. I enjoy always talking to you all and educating y'all, and it's times when y'all educate me. So, because my podcast is the people, by the people, for the people. So, like I said, enjoy this Veterans Day. Help a veteran if you can. And be yourself. That's all you can be at the end of the day. Like I said, subscribe to my podcast. Subscribe. Be looking out for the Love of Comedy show coming up. here real soon in February. Try to schedule right in around Valentine's Day. I'm gonna have somebody as a host and some other comedians. Uh, if you want to see me perform, like I said, I'm at the Louisville Comedy Club here this Wednesday night. I think it's November 15th at 7:30. Continue to do what you do. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Like subscribe to my podcast. I'm the one and only BHLC, which stands for Big Head Light Skin Comedian. Thank you so much for tuning in to this podcast night. And once again, thank you, veterans. I appreciate everything you do. This podcast is definitely for you tonight. It's all about you and what you're doing. And I salute every veteran out there tonight and those who are serving all the armed forces right now. And one special salute to my good friend, Matthew Lowe, the most American guy I know. Y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. I love y'all. Big Head Light Skin Comedian, signing off. Check me out December 8th and 9th. Come back at 7 o'clock.